we down here on Facebook. We down here in New Orleans. We're just going into Neo's Cajun Cafe, see what they got to order. But I'll be displaying these throughout our little trip down here in New Orleans, where we're gonna be at. Can you tell which one's the Sasquatch? What's good there, fam? This is Bigtone coming at you again from Bigtone Productions, Beats and Feasts. You know what time it is. It's time for another cooking video. Today we're gonna do a good old southern New Orleans jambalaya. So it's gonna be very simple, very quick. A lot of ingredients, don't let that intimidate you though. But if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, make sure you share the video. Let's get started with some jambalaya. The supporting cast is as follows. I got about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds of chicken cut up. I got a pound of andouille sausage, and I got a pound of shrimp. Now normally I would use raw shrimp. For some reason at the store they didn't have any raw shrimp, so I had to get the cooked shrimp. And I'm gonna use that. That's fine for the day. So I got about a cup of rice that's already been rinsed. You gotta make sure you rinse your rice, guys, get that starch off of it. Otherwise it's gonna turn into a glumpy mess. If you've been having that problem, that's the reason why. But you gotta rinse it until the water runs clear. You got about a stick of butter. Probably gonna use about 3/4 of that. And then I got 1 onion cut up, 1 bell pepper cut up, about 2 stalks of celery, some fresh parsley, some chicken broth. I got some diced tomatoes, and then of course I gotta have my garlic, some Worcestershire sauce, and like slap your mama. This is New Orleans, you gotta have some slap your mama. A couple bay leaves, and then I got salt and pepper to taste, so you can see. And you know I always use that pink Himalayan. Nothing different, just it's in a different container. And some black pepper. So that's all the ingredients, guys. We're gonna put this together. Sit back with your popcorn, relax, let's do it. I'm gonna add, first thing, got my butter in there, about 1/4 of a stick, or 3/4 of a stick. Then I'm gonna put my I'm gonna put my chicken in there. We're gonna let that cook all the way done. While that's cooking, we're gonna season it up. A little black pepper, a little pink Himalayan sea salt, and of course, slap your mama. And let me start to stir this up a little bit, let the seasonings get all over it. Add a little bit more slap your mama. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna let that cook up. It's gonna take about 3 to 5 minutes. Go ahead and brown the chicken up. Then we're gonna come back and I'll show you what else I add. The chicken's been cooking about 3 or 4 minutes. It's really nicely cooked. We're gonna add in our pound of andouille sausage. We're gonna let that cook probably about another 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. Let that cook up in there well. It's been about 3 minutes for the andouille on top of the chicken there. So we're gonna add in our vegetables. 1 large bell pepper going into play. Got our onion going into play. We got a couple stalks of celery going into play. And I'm going to throw in about about 2 teaspoons of parsley there. Going to mix that up real good. We're going to let that cook. Alright, and while that's cooking down, we're going to put in 1 large tablespoon of garlic. Mix that in there real good. Alright, we're going to let this cook for about 5-10 minutes. Let that vegetables cook down about halfway. Oh God, it's smelling good too. Alright, next thing we're going to add is our chicken broth. 2 cups is what I'm starting with there. We're gonna add in our cup of rice to that. We're gonna add in our can of tomatoes. We're gonna add in about 2 to 3 bay leaves, 2.5, there we go. And we're gonna add a little bit more Cajun seasoning. We're gonna mix this up. A little bit more Cajun seasoning there. And we're gonna add a little bit more salt and pepper to it as well. Nice healthy pinch of pepper and a nice healthy pinch of salt. Alright, last thing is about, I don't know, tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Add that to the mixture. Stir them up. We're gonna bring this to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then we're gonna turn the heat down and let it simmer. We're gonna let it simmer for about 15 minutes. I brought it up to a boil now. Normally I would add my shrimp right about now and then let all the juices cook out of the dish. But since my shrimp, they didn't have the raw shrimp, they're already cooked, I'm not gonna put them in till the very last minute. So I'm gonna reduce this to about half, then I put my shrimp in. So I'm gonna turn the heat down to about halfway and let it simmer for about 15-20 minutes. Start letting some of the juices cook out. And I'm gonna give this a quick taste here, so I know where my seasonings are. Oh yeah. I'll need to add salt, pepper, or Cajun seasoning. Perfect. Just needs to cook down. So I turn that down and bring it to a simmer. It's gonna take about 15-20 minutes. I'll be back. So this has been cooking for about 10 minutes. As you can see, a lot of the liquid has gone out of it. I'm gonna take another taste of it. And I'm gonna add my shrimp. Alright, we're gonna cook that for about 10 minutes or until most of the liquid is cooked out of it. I'll plate it up for you. We'll have our jambalaya. There you go. Good old New Orleans jambalaya. Ooh, I can't wait for, you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for that bite. I can't wait for this one. New Orleans jambalaya. Don't get it much better than this. Boy, I can't wait to get a bite of this. Let me get a little bit of all the ingredients. Well, can't do that. Let me get a bite of the shrimp. A little French bread. Sop up some of the juices. Oh, it's so good. You gotta try this at home. Doesn't take long. Just gotta prep real good. Guys, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, make sure you share the video. And hey, this is Bigtone signing off. Peace.